Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Arkham Horror, the card game, doing the Half-Life custom campaign with Minty Fan and Lily Jen. I did take a look at my old save of my own playthrough of this, my first one. So it was Patrice and Winifred, and has Cursed, and Winifred has Criminal, and so they both could get Endurance. So that's the expectation I did for both of them. But of course, this time we're going to be doing Comprehension and Destiny. I don't really know if it's better or worse to split it, like either have both do the same or both split it. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. In any case, Mercy Flight. Your vision flickers in and out at random, and your body undergoes a variety of experiences: cold and wet, loud and chaotic, vast and empty, until at last your senses realign. You are lying on a thin and ragged mattress in a run-down building. A trio of people wearing dull, practical clothing look down at you curiously, murmuring to each other in hushed tones. One side, let me get a look. The three step aside, and the moving image of an elderly Hispanic man appears suddenly on a nearby device, like a silent movie, but with sound and seemingly able to see your side of the screen. You blink in surprise and pose some simple questions, but the man on the screen raises his hands. Please, there's much to explain, but you must get moving now. Civil Protection already knows that you have arrived in City 4. Thanks to the agents they had meddling in the Resonance Cascades, I suspect a great many things about you. But there will be time to talk once you have escaped via... I'm going to mispronounce that. I believe it's Spanish. Via Condios. The man gives an encouraging smile, and his image disappears with a slight wobble. You heard the man. A woman in the trio barks out, and the other two spring into action, shifting walls and keeping a strict watch. The woman picks up a heavy device from a nearby table and holds it towards you. If you're going to make a mad dash for it, the gravity gun will be the ideal tool. Some of the former Black Mesa folks developed it to easily move heavy objects, and Dr. Carrasco sent this one over to assist in your escape. I really don't know what he expects out of you. Nobody was expecting anything human to come out of those distortions, but here you are. And anything the Combine wants and can't get is good for us. Other safe houses will do what they can to keep you moving quickly. But don't compromise ourselves if you don't have to. Ready? Thousands of questions fight for your focus, but they'll all have to wait. If the G-Man can be believed, this is 80 years in the future, and these are members of the resistance against the alien occupation. The changes will be difficult to comprehend, but you must block them out until you can get a full explanation somewhere safer. You grit your teeth and prepare to rush out into a grim new world. Okie dokie. So we'll be starting at the resistance holdout. We need to create an escape route deck, which is you take 2 plus 3 random escape route locations and shuffle them together, and set each other escape route location face down out of play. So here's the 20 escape route locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe that is all we need. Okay. Shuffle them together. Set each other face down out of play. Face down out of play. Okay. Put the Hunter Chopper next to the agenda deck. It's considered to be at any location while it is not considered to be at any location while it is next to the agenda deck. Set the following cards aside out of play. Okay. One investigator may choose to add the gravity gun to their deck. This card does not count toward that investigator's deck size. That investigator begins the game with Gravity Gun in their hand as an additional card. So the Gravity Gun. 0-point energy device can be committed for 2 wilds. It's an item, tool, science. Takes up 1 hand slot. Can be played for 2. Action, fight, or evade. You may use book instead of combat or agility and get +1 skill value for this test. +2 skill value instead if your location has a shroud value of 4 or higher. If you succeed, you deal 1 damage to the attacked or evaded enemy. So it can either do 2 damage from an attack, or it can do 1 damage while evading, because fighting by itself always does 1 damage. Lightning Bolt, exhaust it to increase or decrease the location shroud value by 1 until the end of the round. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give this the Minty Fan, and she's going to start with it in her hand, as it says. All right, so that's going to give us a lot more flexibility on what we can and can't do here, and everything else is good to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the encounter deck. It says set civil. Yes, hidden egress and civil protections are all set aside. Hidden egress is right there. Okay, I'll put this over to the side for now. Shuffle this again. By the way, here's the Hunter Chopper, which currently is not at any location. It's Mechanical, Combine, Elite, 4 Fight, 3 Evade, 16 Health, Massive. Each attack or evasion attempt against Hunter Chopper performed with a ranged firearm, spell, or science asset gets +1 skill value. Forced, if Hunter Chopper would be discarded, instead move it next to the agenda deck. Victory 1, hits for 2 damage and 1 horror. There's only one agenda. Agenda 1A, Escape from City 4. The rushing sounds of heavy boots and shifting weaponry urge you onward out of the safe house. You must evade them immediately. If there are no investigators at an escape route location, discard each enemy at that location and move all doom on that location to this agenda. Then, if there are no clues on that location, move it to the victory display. Shuffle a set-aside escape route location into the escape route deck. Hold on a second. This is done by taking 2 of the random escape route location. Okay, that's the escape route deck. That's fine. Okay, I think I understand. So the way this is working is there can only be at most 5 escape route locations out in play at the time. And as you are getting them to the victory display, you will add in a new escape route. So it always has 5. If there are more than 1 or more clues on that location, shuffle it back into the escape route deck instead. Okay, 15 Doom to advance. Hit the ground running. You rush out into the filthy streets with towering structures looming above you no matter where you turn. The sounds of shouts and gunfire urges you to find some route to escape your assailants. At the end of the round, in player order, each investigator must choose. Move to a connecting location, or spawn as set-aside civil protection enemies engaged with you. When you would move, even if there are no other locations in play, instead, draw the top card of the escape route deck, put it into play, and move to it. If there are 4 locations in the victory display, you must immediately advance. So real quick, reaction when you would move, even if there are no locations in play. Instead, you can draw the top card of the escape route deck and put it into play. So yeah, instead of moving to a connecting location, you can always just draw an escape route and go to that instead. So there's always an option to move to a location in most cases, unless the deck is empty. The civil protections that spawn, they can't leave the location they spawn in. Forced, if civil protection would leave play, instead set it aside out of play. Pick up that can, hits for 1 damage, has 2 fight, 2 evade, 1 health, humanoid combine. So, interesting stuff there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put a break here in BRB. I don't know what it is about this campaign. I didn't have this much trouble originally when I played through it, but I keep messing up stuff. This is my 3rd attempt. My first run was the best run. I was doing so well, and then I completely forgot to do the forced effect at the end of the round, partway towards the end, and unfortunately I couldn't really rewind at that point. And then I had that run I had the best luck. Like, I had a good start. I got the Elder Sign multiple times on Min with deductions, and then my second run, I had nothing but auto fails for men, but then I made another mistake, losing track of a certain treachery card. It was just pain all the time. So I'm just going to remake this deck and hope this will go better this time. So this will go in my hand. I mean, overall, it's not bad. Also, both times I've completely forgot about Vortal Attunement. Like, I completely forgot, and it could have made my life a lot easier, because I could have just negated one of the auto fails and gone from there. So yeah, I have many reasons to be annoyed with myself. All right, starting with At a Crossroads isn't terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Not sure why that glitched. I'm going to get rid of those 2 cards and draw 2 cards. I don't want to start with practice cards in my hand since I have practice makes perfect, so that's why I do it that way. Deal to orange. Discard all these. Okay, not too shabby. No weapons, but it's not too shabby. Alright, so we're starting the investigation phase. I'm going to shuffle the encounter deck, shuffle this one more time. Set these guys aside. Alright, resistance holdout. The coast is clear, but not for long. City 4, 3 shrouds, 0 clues. Forced after you move to resistance holdout, add 1 clue to resistance holdout. Then you may choose. You can either heal, get supply and ammo, or you can make your next asset while you're there cost 1 cheaper. It's through the hard work of others that you've gained this moment of respite. Don't squander it. Victory 1. So it starts out with 1 victory. But every time you return here, you'll put clues on this that you either have to account for or just accept that you're going to lose the XP. But this is a way to kind of help mitigate the fact that this particular scenario is very, very combat heavy, and there's just kind of damage constantly being thrown at you. Because it's just kind of utter chaos. Alright, investigation phase, we'll go ahead and get started. I am going to go ahead and start with Lily Chen. First action, I'm going to go stand together, gain 2 resources for both characters. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw. Actually, I don't need to draw a card. I'll go ahead and play Ever Vigilant. Each of these will I can play all 3 of these at 1 cost reduced. So 1 for the Holy Rosary, 3 for the Beak Cup, and then 3 for the Wolf Mask. All right, and then last action, I'm going to draw a card. All right. Meanwhile, Minty Fan. Oh, I need to resolve Minty Fan's thing. Sorry about that. I'm just going to draw 3 cards. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to go ahead and get out the Gravity Gun. And then I'm going to spend 2 to go ahead and get out the Medical Student and heal for 1 and 1. And that'll be it. Okie dokie. No enemies right now. Upkeep. Upkeep. And then at the end of the round, each of them either has to move or spawn a Civil Protection enemy. I'm going to go ahead and start with, it has to start with Minty Fan. She's going to move to whatever this is. While there are no clues on Desolate Housing, you may play the top asset of your discard pile as if it were in your hand. 2 shroud, 3 clues. This apartment has been raided by Civil Protection and abandoned long ago, leaving only a chaotic mess. Victory 0. Alright, and then Lily Chen, I'm going to go ahead and have her follow. Alright, first Doom, shuffle this one more time, and then draw. Scanner search, mechanical tactic. Hunter Chopper attacks each investigator at its location if it is at a location and then moves directly to your location. If Hunter Chopper is not in play, Scanner search gains surge. So this is the first time I also completely misread this. For some reason I was getting this mixed up with a different mechanical enemy, which we'll see later. But yeah, so right now it doesn't, it's not at a location, so it doesn't attack, then it's going to move here. And then over here, unforeseen evils. I'll go ahead and put the Doom down. That's fine. All right, investigation phase. I will start with Lily Chen. First action I'm going to go ahead and do is spend 1 to do Sweeping Kick on this Hunter Chopper. Will be 10-4. All right, we hit. It's going to get automatically evaded and take 2 damage. And then I'm going to, just because I can, I'll put a damage on this guy and do another damage to this thing. And then I'm going to punch it with an overpower and go 8-4. Draw a card. Do a damage. And then I'll go ahead and use Wolf Mask and attack one more time. 8-4. Alright, starting to chip away this thing. Has 16 health. We've done 5 so far. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and yeah, nothing I need to worry about from that now. All right, I will go ahead and spend one to do winging it, and then I'm going to investigate, use deduction. So I'll be 6 to 1. All right, we pass by plenty. We'll get 3 clues. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and move. And when we move, I can choose to just go to a random set-aside escape route. And we got another desolate housing. Okay, I'll go ahead and investigate this. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and just spend one to play the winging it that's in the discard and go 4 to 1. We pass. We'll get 2 clues. That'll be it for that. Enemy phase, this thing's exhausted. Upkeep. This will unexhaust. Get our self-destructive. And then at the end of the round, we have to go in order. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is Min will spawn a Silver Protection. And then Min, or Lily Chen, is going to go down to this location. This thing is not engaged, so it's not going to follow. It's massive, so it's not going to follow. Then this is cleared out. There are no clues on it. So what's going to happen is this doom that's on it is going to get put on the agenda. This will go into the victory display. This will go back next to the agenda deck, and then we will shuffle in a new escape route into the escape route deck. Okay. And then we go to new round, which is, and go to 3 out of 15. Retreat and regroup. Put retreat and regroup into play next to the agenda deck. When a combine enemy would be defeated by damage, cancel that damage and disengage that enemy from all investigators and move it to a connecting location. Discard, retreat, and regroup. And then, of course, as a reaction, if you successfully evade by plenty, it gets rid of. It's kind of annoying because it can't actually move these Silver Protection guys. And then over here, we get Converging Forces. When an enemy would be discarded via the forced effect, the agenda, instead move that enemy to the nearest location with an investigator. When the Mythos phase begins, discard copy of Converging Forces. Okie dokie. That's easy enough to resolve. Okay. So what I'm going to do for now, I'm going to go ahead and start with Minty Fan. I'm going to try to evade this thing using the gravity gun. I'll use my book instead, and I'll get 5 to 2. I haven't moved, but that's only -3, so I do pass, and I still do 1 damage. So this will kill this guy. It'll exhaust him. It's going to make retreat and regroup get discarded. He's going to stay alive, but he's still going to be exhausted from the evade. And that'll be it on that front. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to do winging it and investigate this location 4 to 1 and grab the clue here. And then my last action, I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Okay. And then for Lily Chen, I'm going to spend 2 actions to get rid of self-destructive. And then I'm going to spend an action to attack the Silver Protection guy 6 to 2 and kill it. Okay. Yeah, and killing enemies normally does not affect trigger Converging Forces. Okay. Enemy phase, no enemies. Upkeep. Upkeep. Okay. And then end of the round, I'll have Min move. Okay, so this one is 1 shroud, 4 clues. The Drained Aqueduct. After you discover 2 or more clues from the Drained Aqueduct during your turn, draw the top card of the encounter deck max once per turn. This structure once was part of a dam or canal system, now reduced to an empty husk in plain sight. Victory 0. Alright, and I will go ahead and have Lily Chen follow. And then this will get put up here. And then this will get shuffled in. And then at the start of the Mythos phase, this will go away. And we get to do this all again. Unforeseen Evils. I will go ahead and take the Doom. Looming Megastructure. Put Looming Megastructure into play next to the agenda deck. Each location gets +1 shroud value. Double action, get rid of it. It will cost 1 fewer action if there are no clues on your location. Any investigator may activate this. Okie dokie. So now this location is 2 shroud. All right. So with that in mind, I will go ahead and investigate with winging it from the discard. And this will get shuffled back in. So I'm going to be 4 to 1 because it's -1 shroud +1. Good to go. We will get 2 clues, which is going to make me draw the top card of the encounter deck. Coordinated Assault, you must choose. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a combined enemy and spawn it at your location. Or you can make the nearest combined enemy move to you and say hello. We actually have not drawn any yet, so I guess we'll grab one. What's it say? And spawn it. So let me check a quick rule about Surge. Okay, it says when you're drawing and resolving it. This is not drawing, this is spawning. So I will actually spawn a Manhack. So this is what I got confused with the thing with the scanner search. I thought this was in reference to this thing. Anyway, this is Mechanical Combine, Surge, Hunter, reaction after you evade it, you can defeat it. 2 fight, 3 evade, 1 health. The flying device pursues you incessantly, diving at you with a whirling blade. Has it does 1 damage. Okay, I'll shuffle this deck real quick. There we go. All right, next I will go ahead and fight this thing using the gravity gun. I'll be 5 to 2 with using my book. Okay, I haven't moved, but that's still -3, so I do pass. This will die. And then I will go ahead and investigate with a sharp vision. This will put me at 7 to 2. And as long as I pass by 2 or more, so even with a -3, I should be good to go. Yep. Okay, we'll get both clues here. This effect only happens once, by the way, max once per turn. So we're good on that front. Okay, this gets discarded. All right, meanwhile with Lily Chen, kind of in an okay spot now, so I'll go ahead and draw a card. I will spend 2 to get out Brannica Thugga, and then draw another card, and draw another card. And I will take the 1 and 1. Actually, I'll put the horror on this guy. Okay. All right. No enemies. Go to upkeep. And then end of the round, we get to pick our options again. I'm going to go ahead and move Minty Fan. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this again just in case. Oh, what I should have done is actually get rid of the Looming Megastructure. I completely forgot about it. Oh, well. I've already done the actions. Encroaching Outskirts. Alright, 4 Shroud, in this case 5 Shroud, 1 clue. After you end your turn at Encroaching Outskirts, take 1 damage or lose 2 resources. You must choose 1. These buildings are in the process of being consumed by titanic machinery that advances with untiring slowness. Alright, Minty Fan will follow. This Doom will get applied here. And then this will get put here. And then this will get put here. Alright, Mythos, we're now 5 of 15. Overwatch Soldier. We fought these before. And coordinated assault. So I could spawn a manhack. Yeah, I'm actually completely okay with spawning a manhack. In fact, we'll spawn it from this thing. Since I'm spawning it, it won't surge. Okay. Investigation phase. I'm going to start with Lily Chen. So this thing has, what, 3 fight? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attack with Lily Chen using... also, I got engaged, so I do get a offering back. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attack using Willpower with Branica Thugga on the Overwatch Soldier. I'm going to commit this Fearless, and Minty Fan will use her ability to help out. So this will be 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm 7 to 3. I'm fine with the fail. As much as I would love to heal a horror. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and attack. I don't do any damage because the damage is decided after the fact. I'll go ahead and attack the guy again using Branica Thugga. This time I will be using my strength. So that'll put me at 7 to 3. Where was that roll a second ago? So 2 damage. Kills it. And I'll just punch this manhack 6 to 1. Or 6 to 2, sorry. Okay. Alright. Minty Fan. I will... Oh, also, I ended my turn here. I will lose 2 resources. I'm okay with that. Okay. Meanwhile, Minty Fan is going to go ahead and... I'm going to do a burning... I'm going to reduce its shroud by 1, so it has 4 shroud. I'm going to do burning the midnight oil to gain 2 resources. So currently I am 4 to 4. And I'm just going to do survey the area. That'll bring me up to 6 to 4, and I'll use my ability to make it 7 to 4. Got it? So we get the clue. I will go ahead and take an action to get rid of this thing. Then I'm going to shortcut to a new location. Oop. Non-elite enemies at Slum Byway get +1 fight. After you defeat an enemy at Slum Byway, discover a clue from Slum Byway. Limit once per round. 3 shroud, 3 clues. Steam from sewer vents leaves these rundown streets in a constant haze, leaving you vulnerable to ambush. Alright, I will go ahead and take an action to investigate this location. I am currently 4 to 3. And we'll get 1 clue. Okay. No enemies, go to Upkeep. And go to Upkeep. And then at the end of the round, I will actually stay here and spawn this Civil Protection. And then Minty Fan will move over to here, which will make this go here. This will get shuffled in. And then I do advance, because I do have 4 locations in the victory display. Yeah, and all this is connected, right? Yeah, it is. I don't think I've ran into that issue. Pathing issues. Minute after weary minute, you speed through the sprawling city, finding yet more buildings no matter where you turn. Were it not for the brick and mortar of the less advanced buildings, you could scarcely identify it as a city and more of a metallic dreamscape. And yet, the more you push on, the more neglected and isolated the paths become. Could there be a way out of the city nearby? Each investigator loses all clues, and then shuffle the set-aside hidden egress into the escape route. So here's the hidden egress, gets shuffled in, so now there's technically 6 hideouts now. Exit strategy, don't stop now, your life depends on it. At the end of the round, same stuff as before. When you would move, same thing as before, and then once we resign, we can advance. So essentially we're trying to find the egress. You can either try to gamble and hope that you find it every time you move, but just note that every time you move, these things will get shuffled back into the deck. The other option is you go completely brute force and just gradually clear these out one by one, and one way or the other, you'll eventually find it. So those are kind of your options. All right, that's been all resolved. Go to new round. 6 out of 15. Overwatch Shotgunner. And another looming megastructure. Okay. And all these guys get plus fight now. Okie dokie. Not a huge problem. Just a partial problem. Alright, investigation phase. I'm going to go ahead and invade the shotgunner using the gravity gun. I am currently, since we have +1 shroud, this is 4 shroud now, so I get +2 to the check. So I'm 6 to 2. I succeed. I'll do 1 damage and evade him. Also, while that's happening, I will go ahead and use the beat cup to do 1 damage to the civil protection and get rid of him. Alright. Next, I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. I will do a practice makes perfect. Search top 9. I will pick this deduction. We pass, we get both clues. So that was, 4, 5, 6, minus 1 is 5. It was 5 to 4, but that still gets me 2 clues. This will go into my hand. I will, that gets discarded. Next, I'm going to go ahead and shortcut move to a new location. This guy, oh, I didn't talk about shotgunners. Humanoid Combine, 4 fight, 2 evade, 3 health. Hunter retaliates while Overwatch Shotgunner is ready. Investigator cannot leave its location. Striker unit is closing. Hits for 2 damage. Encroaching Outskirts. If you end your turn at this location, take 1 damage or lose 2 resources. You must choose 1. Okay, that nonsense again. I'm actually okay with losing resources, so I'll just investigate here. We're what, 4 to 5 right now? I'll go ahead and do my ability here, so this will be 7 to 5. We pass just barely. We get a clue. And then I'll lose 2 resources. Okay. Lily Chen. I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to go ahead and get rid of the looming megastructure. I'll go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and move to a new location. So this guy's going to get discarded. This will get set up over here. Oh, also, every time you defeat an enemy, you get a clue. I mean, I still would have done the deduction, so that's fine. Oh well. I do move first, so I do this first. Another disused canal, so my max hand size is 4. Got it. And then this gets shuffled in. Okay. While I'm here, I'm going to have to discard anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. I will spend an action doing investigate. I'm currently 2 to 2. We'll go 6 to 2 with a curse token. We succeed, we get 1 clue. Okay. Alright. Enemy phase, there are no enemies on the board yet. Upkeep. Alright, another Burden of Destiny. I'll go ahead and take the damage and horror both on beat cop and kill it off. Because it's not direct, right? Nope, not direct. Okay. And then end of the round, I have to resolve this. Minty Fan's going to move to a new location. Rusted Train Yard. All right. One of these days we'll get the one we need. So rush to train yard, 3 shroud, 1 clue. As an additional cost to discover a clue here, you must either discard half your cards or half your resources rounded up. With the combined razor trains dominating the routes, the old humans built trains sit human built trains sit derelict in the scattered yards. Victory 0. And then meanwhile with Lily Chin, I'll just have her spawn a Civil Protection. All right, Mythos, 7 of 15. Converging Forces, we'll put this next to the agenda deck. And an Overwatch Soldier. Okay. Investigation phase. This location has 3 shroud, I have 4 intelligence. I'll investigate using analysis and use my ability with it, so I'll be 6 to 3. I succeed, I get a clue, and I'll lose half my resources, so I lose 1. I will then move. Bear Alley. After you enter Bear Alley, you must either choose one, spawn a set-aside copy of Civil Protection at this location, lose 1 action, and move to a connecting location. The empty ally provides little cover or options, but to barrel through and hope for the best. Okay, I will go ahead and spawn Civil Protection. This will go away. This gets shuffled in. All right, I do have an action remaining. I will go ahead and attempt to evade this guy. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna kill it with damage. All right, so yeah, gravity gun. I'll be 5 to 2. Oh my god. I will go ahead and use the Vortal Attunement, which is going to stay exhausted. I'm just going to set it aside, and then that will cancel that token and kill it. I think I accidentally put one of them in here. Or are there only 5? I thought there were 6. Whatever. All right. But yeah, I needed to do that because it was going to spawn. It was going to start swarming because I was going to stay there. Speaking of staying there, Lily Chen will attack the Overwatch Soldier using Branica Thugga. This will put me at 6 to 3. I'll go 8 to 3 with Wolf Mask. I succeed. I'll spend 2 charges and kill this one. Oh, that's right. The other one was spawned on me. That's why I couldn't see it. I'm going to go ahead and punch this guy, 5 to 2. Okay. And then, oh yeah, I needed the discard, I forgot. I will discard honestly, the Fearless. Alright, last action, I am going to go ahead and spend 4 to go ahead and get out Beat Cop. Alright, give me 1 moment. Okay, I did accidentally throw the Civil Protection into the discard, so I put it back into its regular spot. And that is it. Enemy phase, no enemies. Upkeep. Upkeep. And I have to do the resolution of end of round. Minteeth Fan will sit here, so will Lily Chen. And then this will go away at the start of the Mythos, or yeah, start of the Mythos phase. All right, 8 of 15. Overwatch Sniper. Any connecting location, empty if possible, aloof. X is the shroud value of the Overwatch Sniper's location. During the enemy's attack step of the enemy phase, if the Overwatch Sniper is ready and unengaged, it attacks the nearest investigator at its location or connecting location. Sightline is clear, hits for 1 and 1, has 2 health and 1 evasion. So yeah, this is how it forces you to go back to the resistance holdout. And then over here, Technophobia, willpower X, where X is your location shroud value, which is 2. If you fail, you take 1 horror and place 1 of your clues on the location, whether you succeed or fail. After this test resolves, if you control no clues, take 1 horror. Okie dokie. I'll just go 4 to 2. Oh, also I got engaged by this guy, so I am going to get a offering back. I pass. Good to go. Alright, investigation phase. Alright, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and use Beat Cop to kill this guy. I'm then going to go ahead and investigate using Promise of Power. I will investigate one more time using Defiance. I will pick Tablet. 3 to 2. We do pass. We get the clue. That's the little things. All right. That is unfortunately it for her. All right. Over here with Minty Fan, I will go ahead and fight this guy with a gravity gun. We succeed. It goes away. Next, I will go ahead and investigate using Sharp Vision. This will put us at 7 to 1. It's -4, which is still plenty high enough to get me an extra clue. So I get both clues here. Okay. Final action, I am going to go ahead and draw a card. All right. Enemy phase, this guy's going to shoot. I'll have it snipe the medical student. Upkeep. Upkeep. Finally, Runic X. All right, end of the round, I have to make the decisions again. I will move Minty Fan. Apartment Complex. 2 shard, 3 clues. Reaction after the last clue is discovered from apartment complex. Choose an investigator at the connecting location and move them to the apartment complex. Group limit once per round. The human subjects of the Combine live in shabby housing units devoid of amenities, making some willing to help. Okay, this will get put up here. This gets put here, shuffled. All right, and then the Lily Chen is going to go ahead and take this opportunity to go back to the Resistance holdout. Actually, do I want to go here yet? No, I don't want to go here yet. I'm going to go ahead and move to a new location. Thank God I did. All right. We found the hidden egress. City 4. 2 shroud, 4 clues. If there are no clues on the hidden egress gets action resign. Return each of your clues to the token bank instead of placing them on hidden egress. At the end of the enemy phase, if Hunter Chopper is in play and not at hidden egress, you move it to hidden egress. Victory 1. All right. So we are now 9 of 15. Unforeseen evils. I'm going to take 1 consequence. Actually, can I afford it? You know what? Screw it. We will take the Doom token. I ain't scared. I'm a little scared. Dead end. Put in the nearest location without a copy. You can't choose to move from the attached location. I'm fine with staying here. All right. Investigation phase. Okie dokie. So the big plan here is we need to deal with the Hunter Chopper because I want to kill it. After all the headaches this has given me, I want that thing dead. Overwatch Sniper, of course, is going to be annoying, but I can just have Minty Fan to tank everything at this point. So let's just go to town. I'm going to go ahead and move. This will get shuffled back in because it still had clues on it. Technically, I'll put it in my hand just in case. All right, and I'll move here. Then I will investigate using introduction. This will put us at 6 to 2. I will go ahead and increase it to 7 to 2. I passed, and I get to put this back in my hand. A bit late, but that's fine. So we get 3 clues here. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and investigate one more time. We're currently, 4 to 2. I'll go ahead and use Gravity Gun to reduce the shroud by 1. I pass. We get the last clue. Okay, so we have the clues off of this thing. And then meanwhile, Lily, I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to exhaust the stick to the planet and use emergency cash. Then I'm going to spend 4 to get out the Runic X. And that should get us somewhat raring to go for what's to come. All right, enemy phase. So I'm going to get sniped for 1 and 1. I'll put that on Minty Fan. At the end of the enemy phase, this thing's going to move on top of us. And then upkeep. Upkeep. And then end of the round, none of us are moving because we can't. So this will spawn this and spawn that. All right, 11 of 15. Converging forces, okay. And this will attack each investigator at its location, if it is at a location. And okay, so this is going to hit everybody, which is a little annoying. 2 and 1. All right, I'll take the 1, and then I'll deny existence the 2. All right, let's get to work. Beat Cop, we'll go ahead and kill this guy off. I will then proceed to hit this guy as hard as I can. He is elite. Actually, no, sorry. I'm not going to start with Lily Chen. I'm going to start with Minty Fan, but at the start I will do the lightning bolt to zap a thing. Minty Fan is going to go ahead and try to kill this Civil Protection with the gravity gun. That is successful, just barely. And then I'll use the gravity gun again to evade the Hunter Chopper. This is a science item, so I do get +1 to this on top of the other +1. So I'm currently 6 to 3. I am going to go ahead and... Actually, I won't commit that yet. All right, good to go. So this guy is evaded, but he will take 1 damage because of the gravity gun's effect. And then last action, I am going to go ahead and attack it with the gravity gun. So right now we are going to be 6 to 4. And we'll go 7 to 4 with Nautical Chart. Okay, 2 more damage. 1 from the fight and then 1 from the gravity gun itself. Yep. Alright, so we've done half its health. Okay. Next, I will go ahead and spend 2 to get out the Branded Thugga, just in case. And then I'm going to start attacking. So with this Runic Axe, I can go 7 to 4 and give it power. Good to go, 2 damage, and then power again. Good to go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, it has 4 health left. Alright, enemy phase. This thing is exhausted. Sniper's going to shoot. I will take... I'll put the horror here. And the damage here. Upkeep. At a crossroads. I'm going to pick Minty... could I do it this way? I'm going to pick Mint... there's 2 ways I can do this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. I'm going to pick Lily Chen. And instead of drawing the cards and losing the action, I'm going to take an immediate action. And that action, I'm going to flip Discipline and do 3 different fight or evade actions. So, I'm going to go ahead and flip this. I'm going to lose my evasion. And I have to do 3 different fight actions. So, I can do a Runic Axe, I can do a Branded Thugga, and I can do a regular attack. Those are 3 different actions. So, I will start with the Runic Axe, give myself power, do 2 damage. I'm going to do Branded Thugga next. I get +1 to this because it's a spell. So I'll be 6, 7, 8 to 4. Got it. I can't use the other Branded Thugga because it doesn't count that way. I do another 2 damage and that kills. Yeah, we got it. It is gone. That was 16 damage. Technically, I still had one more attack, but that's fine. This goes to the victory display. All right. And then end of the round, I will stay here, so Civil Protection. Oh, also I need to discard a random card, so this gets discarded. And then I get this guy. And then Mythos, we're going to be 12 of 15. Spawn you. Technophobia, I will go 4 to 2. I'll have Minty Fan as a lightning bolt to reduce the shroud to 1. So it's going to be 4 to 1. We pass. All right, investigation phase. This should have been discarded. Resigning doesn't provoke, so I will go ahead and resign for both characters. And that'll be it. Okay, finally done here. It says that we can't move from the attached location. Resigning does not count as moving. So we should be okay. Breakaway. Breathlessly, you speed down a time-worn corridor and through a door that nearly blends in with the sloppily painted walls. Seconds tick by, measured by your racing heartbeat, until the stale silence slowly returns its rate to normal. You have escaped the Combine. All right. So yeah, this one's pretty chaotic. As you can see, I just kept running through locations, and you're just hoping that you get to the right one. Yeah, in one of my in the first attempt where I messed up the rules partway through, I could have. I was doing so well with the Elder Signs giving me more deductions that I was kind of getting there as far as clearing everything out, but I was also kind of inefficient because I was like going back to the resistance holdout when I didn't need to and things like that. So yeah, resolution 2. While you may be a babe in the woods in this daunting megacity, you at least have some faint assurance that your enemies are not omniscient. If you can evade them, even in a place like this, then this is only the start of your advances against the Combine. As for next steps, that's a more complicated question. Record that the investigators escape City 4. Okay. Resolution 3. Let's see. Away from the swarming Combine agents, you finally have time to consider your position. The troubles of Arkham seem a world away in your current predicament, lost in an uncertain future with your life in the hands of people you've scarcely even met. The aliens have a tight grip on Earth, and you can be sure that your interference will not be taken lightly. A slight shimmer of green catches the corner of your eye, and you sight the G-Man for a half second around a corner. You stride cautiously forward, only to come face to face with a scruffy-looking man in a partial civil protection uniform. "Whoa, give a guy a little warning," he says with a startled half-laugh. "You must be the odd ducks that Dr. C sent me to meet with." You look straight out of a silent movie. He extends his hand genially. Right, introductions. My name's Barney. Undercover man for the Resistance. The whole city garrison is out there looking for you, me included. So let's get you back to HQ pronto. We don't have any consequences, so we don't take trauma. Each investigator earns experience equal to victory X. Each investigator earns 1 bonus experience if the act deck advanced to Act 2, and 1 bonus of experience if hidden ingress interplay during this scenario. Okay, so victory X is 3. Because we have the 2 locations, and then we took out the copter, or chopper. We did get to Act 2. That was here. So we get 1 more experience. And then we did spawn hidden egress, getting us another experience. And then Lily Chen's going to get 1 more experience because of the great work, which is going to put her at 24 total XP. All right, and then we go to Interlude Status Quo. You follow the strangely upbeat Resistance agent down narrow and dimly lit hallways at a brisk pace. I like to hear your story when the docs are done interviewing you. Dr. C said you just appeared out of nowhere in the wake of the resonance cascades. It's strange, but they're just like the ones that hit Black Mesa before the invasion. We haven't seen any like that since then. You ask Barney a few tentative questions to help acclimate you to the future, and he obliges easily. I was a security guard at Black Mesa, a huge research complex out west. Before the Combine took over, and I joined Civil Protection to help our people from the inside. Not many of us in the CP are even human anymore. Barney excels ruefully, but his positivity flares up again quickly. But we'll figure out a way to help you, and hopefully for you to help us. You handled yourself pretty well back there, after all, and it can't be coincidence that you showed up in City 4 at the same time as a couple of other strange happenings. The docs know the details, but some Combine forces we haven't even seen before have started taking an active hand in those hotspots. He leads you through one final series of wide concrete pipes and out into the rocky headland. Abruptly, one of the cliff faces shifts and rolls up like a garage door. A Korean woman in a mechanic's jumpsuit leans out with a laid-back expression on her face. "You're late," she states in an easy tone. Barney shakes his head and touches his fingers to his temple in a quick salute. Couldn't be helped. Traffic was terrible. Barney escorts you inside as the mechanic pulls a chain on a pulley to reset the fake door. Anything we can do without electricity helps throw off the Combine scanners, and Jiha is a dab hand with mechanical work. The docs know their stuff, but they need doers like her to get projects done. Jiha observes you for a brief moment with an odd mixture of disinterest and curiosity, but she finally walks on, motioning for you to follow. Everyone's been hoping for a miracle. That's up to you, it looks like. If you have Daniela, specifically Daniela, you can actually heal a physical and mental trauma. This is kind of interesting. I kind of wish campaigns did this more. Obviously, you generally don't. Obviously, I see why you don't want to do that, because it will obviously force someone's hand to pick a certain investigator. But it is kind of nice to reward certain investigators for, doing what they do best, like, Daniela being a mechanic. All right, Jiha leads you and Barney through a hewn rock tunnel into a large room filled with even more high-tech machinery. But you can see a human hand at work in the designs instead of the alien Combine structures. Several human technicians attend the consoles alongside the 3 armed aliens from the other world. Much to your shock, several approach you as you enter, speaking in their gravelly voices. So your journey continues as our precursors told us it would. The threads begin to weave together at last. The Vortigaunt's cryptic words are interrupted by an excited shout, and the elderly scientist, who you briefly saw in the moving picture, strides up to you with his hand extended. "Aha, I knew you would make it. My instincts are never wrong. Well, rarely. I am Dr. Eduardo Carrasco, senior scientist of the New England branch of the Resistance. Please tell me as much as you can." You recount the jumble of series of events, and Dr. Carrasco listens intently, especially at your description of the enigmatic G-Man. Fascinating. Arkham from nearly 80 years ago. He looks up, absorbed briefly in deep thought before returning his attention. Things have changed rather drastically since the Combine developed City 4, which encompasses Boston and everything for 50 miles in any direction from it. Arkham, or what is left of it, was likely where you emerged from the Resistance Cascade. His face lights up as the topic shifts. The topic shift reminds him of something else. Our team here has been hard at work making sense of new resonance cascades. I'd like you to meet Dr. Lorraine Price. Dr. Carrasco gestures to a prim, dark-skinned woman at a console who glances briefly at you. Dr. David Singh. Again, he gestures, this time to a stiff man seated with a look of intense focus. And Dr. William Mallison III. A wild-looking scientist in one corner keeps his attention forward and waves his hand behind him as if bothered by the slightest interruption. If an investigator has Dr. William T. Mallison in their deck, you can put run-ins in the family. We don't have him, so we don't need to worry about it. Again, kind of neat that if you have a particular ally, you can actually get some weird benefits. All right. Now I would like you to show you something. Dr. Carrasco leads you to a table with a local map with several makeshift pins stuck into it. I do not think that it is coincidence that anomalies sprang up at the exact moment that you arrived in the present. Well, your future as it is. The Combine dispatched specialists to those sites immediately, which leads us to believe that there is something vastly important at each of them. Perhaps there is something that could undermine their new specialist, or something that we could use to return you to your original time. Additionally, a strange signal begins to emit at the same time, though we have not been able to pinpoint its exact source. It is possible that there is more information regarding this signal at the first 2 sites. We can spare a little help, but are you willing and able to pursue these? So you can either, at this point, it kind of splits off. You can either do scenario 4A or B, and then you can also spin experience to go straight into scenario question mark, which is test the initiative. But it's letting you know that if you do the other things first, they'll actually become cheaper to do this one. So if you really wanted to rush forward for whatever reason, you can always do this one. I will decide which one to do later. For right now, let's go ahead and spend our XP. We have 5 and 6. Okay, so 5 experience on Min. I'm going to spend 1 to replace my other Burning the Midnight Oil with a Survey the Area, because I could never get enough practice cards. And then I'm going to go ahead and replace my Empirical Hypothesis with a Sound Support. So this is one of the new cards. It's a talent neutral card, but it is only for assistants, medics, and wardens. Minty Fan is an assistant. Limit once per investigator. It's a 2-cost asset. Could be committed for 2 willpower. Limit 1. Let's see. It can be assigned damage and horror dealt to other investigators at your location. Has 2 and 2 soak. And as a reaction, when your turn begins, you can heal the damage or horror from sound support. So yeah, this thing is really good for tanking, which will be helpful. The last experience I'm going to go ahead and bank. I was considering maybe grabbing Burn After Reading, but I think I'm going to wait on that. Also, Cryptic Research was definitely an option, but cycling through my deck hasn't really been a huge issue yet. So we're going to go with these cards and just bank the last XP and have that for later. All right, and then for Lily Chen, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my Stand Togethers finally. So each of these will cost 2 thanks to Down the Rabbit Hole, and then I'm going to replace one of my Drawn to the Flames with Strong Arm, which is going to cost 2 because of Down the Rabbit Hole. So that's 6 XP exactly, putting us in good shape. There were definitely a lot of good options. I could have upgraded my Branica Thugas, both of them, if I wanted to instead. Also, I could have maybe upgraded some other cards for cheaper, but I think I wanted to try to filter in the ones I need to get in little by little. So yeah, these 3 will go in. And we have 30 cards in here. All right, puts us in pretty good shape. All right, and then yeah, next time I will decide what we'll go for. You'll know by the title of the video, of course. So I am the Depressed Dior. This was Arkham Horror the card game doing Half-Life custom campaign. We just finished Emergency Flight. And yeah, playing as Minty Fan and Lily Chen, and I'll see you guys next time.